Hello everyone and welcome to this YouTube tutorial where I'll show you everything you need to know about trading. If you're new to trading, but mostly if you're new to trading, this will touch everything you need to know about trading, from taking your first position to navigating through this MT4 platform. And I don't think by the time you're done, I think you'll know how to trade. You'll know how to open your first trade. I'm not saying you're going to be profitable or you're going to make some crazy amount of money, but I think you'll get the hang of actually how trading works or how you can go about it. Yeah. So in front of us here, this is the MT4 platform. Yeah. So this is the platform where we execute our trades, we open positions and manage positions here. So this is where the magic happens. Yeah. So on MT4, we have the chart interface here. So we have Euro USD chart here. So these are the charts that we see here. I know currently it looks a bit complicated, but there's nothing complicated. So these are candlesticks that are shown here, and these are bar charts. Um, Top here we have the tool sections. So we have tools, time frame. Next here we have the symbols that we might want to be trading. Then here we have the navigator where we have access to our accounts, indicators, and expert advisors. So nothing complex there. Very simple, very simple interface. Yeah. So if we are going to take our first trade, for example, yeah. So let's say you get into trading, you're new into trading. First of all, even before you get into that, so if you want to download the platform, yeah, you can go to your browser. You can go to your browser here, then search for MetaTrader 4. Don't get the first one because it will download the MT5 platform, and it's showing MT4, but it will get the MT4, MT5 MetaTrader 5. I don't know why that happens. Or you can go to Xness and download the MT4 from there, or from FXPesa, whichever broker that you'll want to use. You can get the platform from there. So once you've downloaded the platform, this is what you're gonna have. So this is what you're gonna have. This MT4, the older version. The newer version is called MT5. So that is it. Then down here we have the balance of our account. So whenever you do your deposit inside your broker, yeah. So let's say you want to deposit money or withdraw money. There's something called the broker. So an example here we have Xness. So you can log in into Xness, create an account. Then once you create an account, you'll be given a login and a password. Yeah. So once you're given the login and password, what you do is come to the file section here, then log into trade account. Then you can put the login there and the password there and the server. Or if this doesn't work, what you do is come and open an account, then search add new broker here. You'll see the add new broker file. Then search the broker. If it's Xness, search Xness, then scan. Let's do an example here, Xness, then scan. So you look for the type of account you've created, whether it's a trial account or real account. There are so many types of real accounts. So you come and add the real account, then you click on next, then click on existing trade account, then click on now you put in your login and your password. Then once it's done, you just click on finish. Then your balance will be reflected there. That is how you connect your broker account to this MT4 platform. So so when that is done and you want to take your first trade, let's open this Euro USD chart. Once you open the chart, there should be an arrow around this Euro USD H4 area here. That arrow is where you need to see the sell and buy button. So if it doesn't appear, for example, this is a pro account. So what you do is come to this view section, click on symbols, then search for pro. If it's a type of those types of accounts that maybe it's a pro account, you come here, maybe FX Pro, you come and search for the pair you're trading. Yeah. So let's search for maybe pound or gold. Let's do pound USD. That's one of my favorite pairs. It's pound. I'm not seeing it, or maybe it's in the. This one is executive. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, here it is. So we have GBP USD. So once you click on the pair, there's this golden icon that will appear here. So once that is done, let's add more just for the benefit of it. Let's add more. We have USD card. Maybe let's add metal. We have gold here. Then close. Once it's done, yeah, what you do is come to this area here, just below the file section. Then come to the FX group. Then add the pairs here. For example, let's do pound USD, and let's do maybe gold. We have the gold. So if you look at the differences between these pairs down here, we have pound USD and pound USD with a P. Yeah, so that one is pro version. Then on the pro version now, you can see there's this short trade panel icon here. So once you click on the direction, we see this sell and buy area here. Now at the top here, we have the lot size. Yeah. Now for the lot size is like the quantity of how much you want to buy, or we normally identify it as units when it comes to trading pairs. So you don't want to use a lot size that is bigger than your account. Yeah. So I don't think I'll get much into the lot size, but this is something that you need to do more research on it. But it's like how many units you want to buy on a currency pair. So for example, if I want to buy, let's say, let's reduce this lot size, maybe 0.01. Of course, if you're a beginner, there's a high chance you'll begin from 0.01. That's a micro unit. So for the micro unit, if I want to open my first position on GBP USD, so for example, I anticipate that pound USD will go higher. Okay, now this is the bar chart. Yeah, if I want to convert to the candlestick chart, what I'll do is I'll click on this candlestick area here. So this is for candlesticks. This one is bar chart, and we have the line chart here. So if I click on the candlestick, we'll see the candlesticks. If I click on the line chart, we'll see the line chart. Yeah. But mostly we normally prefer the candlesticks because you can easily read them and actually make decisions from exactly what you're seeing, and even read the price action of the candlesticks. Yeah. So for example, if I want to open my first position, what I'm going to do is, of course, you normally want to do your analysis, then blah blah blah, then you come to your decision to whether you want to buy and sell. Then of course you want to also do the sizing, because there's a size that you won't open depending on your account size. Yeah. So for example, for 5,000 USD account, we don't want to do maybe one lot. Of course you can do the one lot, but if you want to manage risk and you don't want to lose a lot of money if things go wrong, I think it is better you stick with the small lot sizes as you learn how to navigate the lot sizes as time goes by. So for example, we have the buy, we have the sell and buy. So let's say, for example, I want to buy this. How you open your first position ever in trading? Yeah? You click on the buy, then of course accept these terms and conditions. Then I don't think anyone normally reads those terms and conditions. Then I click on buy here. Then there we have our first position, buy 0.01 lot. Then we have our position open. Then here we have our trading terminal, where we'll be seeing our balance, our equity, our margin, free margin, and the margin level. Yeah. So here, this is where you can close your position. You can also set your stop loss here. Once you click on the trade here, you can set your stop loss, or you can set your take profit manually, uh, depending on your preference. Or what you can do is drag and drop. So you come to this, hover around this position, and drag it below, and that we have our stop loss, and drag it at the top, and that we have our take profit. So for the top profit, if I hover around the top take profit, we are targeting around 15 USD, and for stop loss here, we are risking around 10 USD. Yeah. So you can picture, if I'm going to increase the lot size, for example, and I do maybe one lot. Yeah. If we do one lot, we can see here. Let's just reduce this stop so that we can drag and drop, because most of the time, if you have many positions, you will find that your position is hidden within it, so you can't easily drag and drop. Yeah. So we have that. No, we come here, then we modify this position. I don't know why it's not letting the modify order. Oh yeah, here. So once we clicked the first time, it wasn't bringing the modify order here. It was bringing a new. It's like you're opening a new order. Yeah. So let's do this. 1.2 6070. So we want that as our stop, and maybe 27 1.2 27,925. Yeah. So once we modify the position, we have our take profit here. We are looking for around 1,000 USD, and our stop loss we are looking at risking around 782 USD. So that's how you see the lot size. Yeah. So if we risk the 782, there's a high chance if we get stopped out, we'll lose around 700 USD, and our balance will drop from 5,000 to maybe 4,300, and of course we don't want that. That's a big drawdown, or that's a big loss in relation to the trading account, so we don't want to do that. So if you want to close the position, you come to the end here and you click it, and the position is closed. We can see the balance has dropped. Of course, that's what you expect from a losing trade. So that is how you open a position and you close a position if you're new to the chart and you're interested in. So that is how you open a position and take a trade. That's how you take your first trade. Now, moving from that, here we have our time frames. So here we have the 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame, 15 minutes time frame, 30 minutes time frame, 1 hour time frame, 4 hours time frame, daily time frame, one weekly time frame, and monthly time frame. So what this means is, if we can begin from the monthly time frame, from the monthly time frame, each candlestick bar indicates each new month. For example, the new candlesticks that we're in indicates December, the previous one is November, and so on and so on. So you date it backwards, yeah. So within a month, if we can identify this single candlestick here that we currently in, yeah, let me spot a trend line in between. So if I can do if I can input two horizontal lines, we have the high when the month started and where we are, the low of the month. So the high of the month and the low of the month. So this monthly candlestick, we expect it to close after a month. So once we get to January, we expect a new candlestick to open, and so on and so on. So after each new month, a new candlestick will open. Yeah? Then if we go back to the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, we see the high here, so and we see the low here. So this is when the month started. So each one indicates a new week. So for example, we're in this new week. Today is on a Tuesday. So we have this contains yesterday's candlestick, which is on Monday, and we expect this candlestick to close uh, next week on Friday, this coming Friday. Yeah. Then this is last week's candlesticks, and so on and so on. So that is on the weekly time frame. Then we have the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, this daily candle indicates the daily movement within the day. So this candlestick will close after this day closes. Yeah? And this one was yesterday's candle, and so on and so on. Then we have the H4. Now the H4 indicates after every 4 hours, this candlestick will close and a new one will open. So within the 4 hours, H4, sorry, between it, we have this is the low of the month, and this is the high of the month. So if you previously when we looked at the monthly time frame, this was the high and this is the low. Yeah, so it looks different, but the distance that we've moved is still the same. So this is the range. Then if we go to the 1 hour time frame, so after every 1 hour, this candlestick will close and another one will open. So after every hour, we'll have a new candlestick open. Then we have the 30 minutes candlestick. So this one indicates after every 30 minutes, we have this candlestick will close and another one will open. Then on the 15 minutes time frame, the same thing. 5 minutes time frame, the same thing. 1 minute time frame, the same thing. So the on the 1 minute time frame, after every after every after every minute, a new candle will be open. So this one will close, another one will open. This one will close, another one will open. After every minute, a new candlestick open. So on the 1 minute is where people like scalping. If you're a scalper, you'd want to scalp on the 1 minute time frame. Then here on the range, we still have the distance. The distance from this horizontal line to this low horizontal line is still the same. So on the monthly time frame, this is the range when you look at the 1 minute time frame. So I hope you understand that. I'm not sure if you get exactly what I'm saying. So that is exactly what it means. So if on the 1 minute time frame, things tend to happen very quickly. But when once you go to the higher time frame, like the daily, we see things happening very slowly. Yeah. So on the 1 minute time frame, we have a lot of action happening. On the daily time frame, it's a bit slow because, of course, it's the daily time frame. You will identify how it closes after the day So nothing much going on there. But you can still do your analysis from the monthly time frame to the 1 minute time frame, or even 15 minutes time frame, depending on your preference and how you and your personality as well. So for example, if I expected the daily to close above here, of course, if I'm trading the lower time frame, let's say like the 15 minutes time frame, I'm going to be targeting this high here. If I'm targeting this high, of course, we are looking at a nice risk reward ratio if you can get there. So normally how you're doing your analysis depends on how you look at the chart. So if I wanted maybe to target this high, I'll want to maybe get in from around that area. Then there's no perfection in trading. So if you try looking for perfection, you can never get it. Yeah? So maybe I get around that around that area there. Then I target this high. Then if I don't want to see this buy and sell button, I'll just close this one here. Then I might target the high here, this high here. I'm looking at 23, and maybe risk around. I want to risk maybe around 8. So I'm risking 8 USD to make around 23 USD. So that's a good risk reward ratio if you ask me. Yeah. So once you take the trade, you might want to let it play out, see how things unfold within the day. Then if you see things that you're not very comfortable with, you can also consider closing the position. But it all depends with your trading style. So find your style that works for you. Then so that is it on the time frame. Sorry about that. I have a cold, so you'll forgive my coughing once in a while. Yeah. Then next to the time frame here, we have our tools. Now for the tools, we have the cursor here, we have the crosshair. Now the crosshair is normally used to determine the pips value. So if I want to measure how many pips I'm looking at, I can just come here and measure how many points I'm looking at. So for example, this one, I'm looking at around 131 points. So you want to leave the, if you look at the chart, we have 8 and we have 1,312 and we have 1.28146 of which that is the price. So for trading, if you're looking at something like pound USD, for the 1,312, we are looking at around 131 pips or 131 points. Yeah, so you'll ignore the two value. So there's a way that you normally want to how you calculate pips or points. Yeah? So I don't think I'll get into that right now. Sorry about that. So that is how you measure your points, how you measure pips. Then you can also measure below. That is normal. We normally use this crosshair when we want to calculate the kind of lot size we want to use. But I think with time as well, you get comfortable and you know the kind of lot size you want to use there. But I think that is after years of experience. So if you're new into trading, I highly recommend you do your position sizing manually. So what you can do is you can go to your Google and search for position sizer, position size calculator. Then you can get it on my FX book or position size calculator here on babypips.com. So what you can come and do, you come and click on your account balance, how much you're going to risk, what percentage you want to risk on your account, and the pips value, and here you have the currency pair. So once that is done, you just calculate and will give you the kind of lot size you want to use. Now for the lot size, you want the standard lots here. So the standard lot that appears here is the kind of lot size that you're going to use. Yeah? So I think that is it on the lot size. Then so here we have where you'll get your pairs that you want to trade. Here we have the profiles. It's you. I don't think you'll even use this one. We rarely use it. Then here we have the market watch. If I click the market watch, that chart disappears, but once I click it back, it reappears. Yeah. So here you can also click on the pairs you want to trade, maybe Audi card. Then you just open your position from there. Open, or you can also drag and drop. So you come and click on the chart that you want to trade, drag and drop, drag and drop. Then here we have the data window, but I don't think you'll ever use that. I've never used it in my entire career in trading. Then here we have the strategy tester. So if you want to test your strategy, you come here, maybe you add your expert advisor or your EA, but we're not going to get into that right now. Then if you want to remove the strategy tester, you just come and click it again. Then it disappears. Then here we have the terminal. The terminal indicates your trades, your exposure account balance here, down here. So if I want to remove it, I just click it and it disappears. Then if I click it back, it reappears. Yeah. Then if I want to click open a new position here, I'll just click on new order. Then the pair or the symbol that I want to execute, maybe TPP USD, then the volume. But I highly recommend be on the chart that you're executing. If you're trading gold, be on that chart. Yeah, be on that chart. Don't open a position blindly. Then here we have the MetaQuest language editor. Now this one is used for algos and if you're developing an automated strategy. So this one is a language editor where you can do your programming or develop your strategy if you want to automate a system, or you want to develop an indicator, you come to the meta editor. So the meta editor, that this is where you come in do your program. So for example, if I want to develop an expert advisor, I'll come to new file. Then maybe if it's an EA that I want to code, then the name of the code, maybe it's a full course. Full course. Then next, then next, then finish. So if you're good at coding or you want a programmer to code a program for you, just come here, program a system. Then after that, compile and just play it. Then it will appear on your chart. So we'll not get into the meta editor. Then here we have the register visual server. I think this is an API, but I'm not very sure about that. I've never used it before. Then register account as a source of trade signals. I've never used it before in my entire life. Then once if you're going to use an expert advisor, anytime you're using an expert advisor, you have to enable the auto trading. So once the auto trading is on, your EA will do its thing. Then of course here we have the, I told you, the bar chart, candlestick, line chart. Then here we have the zoom in and zoom out buttons. Yeah. So if I want to zoom into the chart, I'll just zoom in. Let's say I'm looking at the candlesticks, so I can zoom in as much as I want, and I can also zoom out as much as I want, depending on my preference or where you're comfortable with. Then here we have the overlapping tiles, non-overlapping tiles. So what you want to do, if you want to look at multiple charts at the same time, just come and click on it. Then all these charts will appear here. But if you're not interested, you can just come to any of the charts that you're looking at and just click on the maximize button here, and you have your chart back. Then here we have the scroll the chart to the end of the tick. So for example, if I want to go back, if I want to go back to previous historical data, or I want to look at previous candlestick formations or how price behaved previously, you can see that it's bringing back to the present chart. So if I want to go back, what I do is just I disable these two and I can go back as far as I want here. Then if I want to move, if I've gone too far back and I want to go to the present chart, I'll just click on Shift End, then it brings me back. Then if I want to play the current chart and I don't want to go back, I'll just click back on this one, and it will always be bringing me back to the current chart. So it will always be bringing back to the current chart. Then here we have the indicators. So if you want to add an indicator, you come to this area here, add an indicator. For example, if I want to add a moving average, I come and click on moving average. So which kind of moving average do you want? Is it simple, exponential? Then the period, for example, if I want a 10 period average, I'll click on 10, then click on OK. Then this one will pop up. You can add as many indicators as you want, but most of the time we tend to say indicators that tend to be lagging. So I wouldn't really recommend using indicators. If you can look at price action, look at price action. But if I've never seen people using indicators, but you can also use indicators. Yeah, you just tamper with these things, move around. You never know where your luck might be. So if I want to maybe add another 200 moving average, I'll just come and click here, and we have this 200 moving average here, which is actually when it's trading below, once the 10 is below the 200, of course we expect price to go lower. Then if it's above the 200, we expect price to move higher. So this is how people use moving averages. I'm not a fan of indicators, so I don't know exactly what to say about it. So and I have no problem with it. If it works for you, well and good. Then here we have the time frames as well. So it's the same as this one here, so nothing new. Then here we have uh, the templates. So for the templates, it's normally just charts, previous charts that have been developed. If, for example, this one has Bollinger Bands, so if I click on it, we have this kind of messy chart here. I don't know exactly what is going on. So I think for people who developed this, knew exactly what they were doing. For example, we have the volume indicator. We are seeing a volume indicator here. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what this is, but these are pure indicators. So if I want to remove indicators, I'll come here on indicators list and maybe delete them. Come here and just delete them. You see them disappearing. Oh, this one is called money flow index. Yeah, I've never seen it before. Then you can click them. Then once it's done, they'll disappear from your chart and we have a clean chart. Now, if we want to change the color of our chart, yeah, if we want to change, we don't like this green and blue theme, green and white theme, what we do is come to properties down here. So right click on your mouse, then go to properties. Then on properties, we have yellow on black, green on black, black on white. So you click on the kind of color you want. At the same time, you can also modify depending on how you want. So for the background, I can do white. Foreground, I can do maybe white as well. Maybe I want a green candlestick, so we're going to go for bull candle. If I want the bull candle to be green, I'll click on green and red for a bear candle. Then we have this. Then if I don't want these grid lines here, what I'll do is click on properties. Or foreground has become white. I wanted the grid. So for the grid, I'll click on white. Then we have this clean chart here. So you can play around with the colors and move around, change as much as you want until you find what you'd want. And that is how it is. That's how you change the colors. You can change as many times as you want, depending on your style, your brand, how you'd want your charts to look like. And I think it's a nice tool to play around with. Yeah. Then I think that is it on the top section here. So on the file section, we have, of course, opening new chart, opening an account. I think there's nothing new here. You can print your chart if you have a printer. Here we have the navigator, nothing new there. Then the charts, the tools, still the same tools here. I think there's nothing else here. Then there's normally a problem once you're using EAs, yeah? So if you're using an EA and your EA is not working, you want to come to the tools section here, click on options, then you want to come to expert advisors, yeah? Now for expert advisors, you need to allow automated trading, allow DLL imports, and allow web request for listed URL, and click on OK. If you have an EA and it's not working, you can go there and click and check all those boxes. I think there's nothing here, and I've never used this before, so I don't think there's anything to talk about here. So I think that is it. That is all about the top section here. Now, if we want to add indicators as well, and we don't want to add it from this section here where we don't know exactly what we're looking for, if we really know what we're looking for, you can come to indicators here then drag and drop. Yeah, so if I want to maybe let's add an ATR, or let's do trends, let's do Bolinga bands. Yeah, drag and drop, then okay. Let's do Ichimoku Kinko. I don't know what is this is. You can add it on your chart. This is the beginner level type shit. Yeah, so if you're a beginner and your chart doesn't look like this, I don't know what kind of a beginner you are. So you can just come drag and drop as many indicators as you want, but I don't recommend because it doesn't do anything as much. Um, so that is it. Then if I don't want this many charts and I don't want to delete all these one at a time, I can just close the chart, then come here and open a new chart again. Then maybe if I had my color theme, let's do a fresh. Let's do this afresh. Grid, white. We want our bull candle. We want it to be maybe red, green. Then we want our bear candle red. Uh, we want this one black. Bull up green. No, red. And this one bar down red. Something of the sort. It's a bit funny, yeah, but something of the sort. But now this one looks ugly, so let's not do that. Black one. Um, so what I want to do is, if I want to save a color theme that I like, what you do is, let's change these colors for it to make sense. Give me a minute. So for example, you do that and you do this one white. Yeah. So for example, if we want this color theme here, and I'm liking this, I don't want to, every time I'm coming to my chart and click on properties, changing it again. What you do is come to template, save template, then save it as maybe green, black template. Once you do that, it will always be there. So maybe, for example, we have this Audi card chart, sorry, that I want to change, and I don't want to, I don't want to go to properties. What I do is come here, click on templates, then we have green and black here. Then we have our color theme here. And that's how you get your color theme back. So we have this one and this one. So that is it for indicators. Then we have expert advisors. So if I have an EA, I want to add an EA, I also come drag and drop, and then just click on OK. Then once you're seeing the smiley face here, you know that your EA is ready to execute trades, depending on the conditions it's set. So that's how you add an EA to your chart. You just come drag and drop. Maybe this MACD, come drag and drop, and we have it here as well. So it has changed from the moving average to now MACD sample. Now the smiley face indicates that the EA is running. If you see a sad face, for example, if I do this, I remove auto trading, you see a frown face here. So that means the EA is not working. And if I click on auto, you see it's smiling. Now that means it's on. So that is it on this entire platform. That is how you go about trading. That's how you open positions. And that's how you use the MT4 platform. It's a very simple platform to use. There, of course, trend lines here. We have trend lines. If you want to add your trend lines there, you can just play around with all these tools that you have access here. Then maybe there's a tool that is not here and you want to add, you come to customize, then click, maybe if I want to add a rectangle, I click on insert. If I want to remove a equidistance channel, I just click on remove, then close. Then we have this rectangle here which I can now identify the levels that I want to have. That, for example, there, simple tool to use. Now, if I want to remove these drawings that I have, what I do is come to object list, check the ones that I want to remove, then just click on delete and they'll disappear. Simple as that. So I think the more you interact with this platform, the more you become good at it. And I think that is it. What else do I need? Do you need? Should I show you guys? Ah, Now, for example, yes, let's say I did my analysis and I expect gold to come back to this previous high here, but I want to set an alert. So once price gets to this point, I want an alert to be triggered. What I do is right click, click on trading, then alert. Then this arrow here will appear. So once price will get to this point, there'll be a notification that will pop. You'll hear a sound notification, a funny one. So you'll hear a notification there. Then if I want an order to be executed from that area, what I can do is come and click and have a sell limit. So for a sell limit, it means that if price gets to this point, it will trigger a sell. Yeah. And for a buy limit, for example, if I expect price to come back down here and I want to be filled down here, come right click, click on buy limit. So we have the buy limit and sell limit. So if price gets to the sell limit, a sell will be triggered, and for buy limit, a buy will be triggered once price gets to that point. Yeah. But you also need to make sure you have your stop loss and your take profit on. So what you do is come modify your position, then click on adjust your stop loss. Maybe I want my stop loss to be at 26 uh, 26.47. I'll click on modify, then I have my stop loss there. Then you can also set the take profit. For example, if I want to modify the stop loss, I'll come down here. I want the stop loss to be at 35. I'll click on 35, then modify. Then we have the stop loss down here. So those are sell limits and buy limits. So understand the difference. Now, uh, if I want maybe price to fill me on a buy from up here, what I do is I can click on buy stop. Yeah. So we have a buy stop, and for a sell we have a sell stop. Yeah. So I'll stop. I can modify the position by dragging it. Maybe I want to be filled up here. So if price gets above to this area here, my buy will be triggered. And if price breaks below this area and triggers my order, a sell will be triggered. So understand the difference. We have buy limits and buy stop. Buy limit, buy stop. So buy limit, buy stop, get the difference. So those are the orders. So if I'm not comfortable with them, I just close them here. Then I think that is it. You can do a lot of dragging and dropping. Yeah, dragging and dropping. So I think that is it on the platform. That's how you use MT4. Now, no, most of the time you'll find that people tend to use TradingView. Yeah, so they'll come to TradingView, uh, TradingView to do the analysis. So if you don't want to do your analysis on MT4, you can do your analysis on TradingView. Sorry about that. I have a bad cold, so you guys will have to bear with me. Now, for example, you can do your analysis on tradingview.com. So come to TradingView. Maybe let's say we are trading gold. You can come on your chart here and just do your analysis. Yeah, you can come do your analysis, and that is it. Just come and do your analysis here. Then transfer your analysis and your uh, you do your analysis here and go and execute your positions on your MT4 or MT5. So for old boys like us, I'm going to I think I'm gonna use MT4 for a long time. Maybe shift to MT5, but the platforms are still the same. There's no much difference between MT4 and MT5. The only difference is the interface and how they look, but the functions are still the same. If you can trade them on MT4, you can trade on MT5. So I think that is it. I think that is how you start trading. That's how you start opening orders. And I don't think there's any more into it that I can add. If there's more into it, I think you can just figure it out yourself. I think a lot of this is just figuring things out. You play with things, make mistakes, and I think we have come to the close of the MT4, and that's how you start trading. That's the full course. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, when it comes to your trading styles, yeah, trading styles are very different for everyone. So I don't think there's anything I can say about trading styles because you need to find what works for you. You really need to find what works for you. There's no one go system that will work all the time. So find a system that works for you that works with your personality, that fits your personality. Trading is a very hard endeavor. That is something I'm not going to lie to you. It's very, very hard, and it takes quite a bit of time. And yeah, it takes quite a bit of time. So um, just take your time and don't compare yourself with other people. Don't compare yourself with anyone at any given point. This thing can also break you if you're not cautious, because the level of difficulty this thing has, it's on another level. So if start off with a small amount, something that you are comfortable risking or losing at any given point. Um, there's no one way fix. And for systems as well, just know you'll always before you make money, you'll experience some losses. The losses will always be there. And even for a profitable system, losses are also inevitable, one way or another. And there is no perfect system. So I think that is it. We come to the end of this this tutorial. If you also want to journal, you can also get my Notion to go to template. We have a Notion template that is actually very good when it comes to doing your journaling. I think journaling is also very good if you're starting off. If you can journal at the early stages of your trading, I think it can be very good. So if you want a copy of my Notion template, I think I'll leave it on the bio. If you want to learn more, uh, I don't know. I don't know what to say, because trading is a very tough endeavor. So I wouldn't recommend anyone starting trading. At the same time, it has the kind of potential it has is crazy. But I think this helps, and all the best in your trading journey.